Hello, my name is Narayanan, Country Manager for Checkpoint Software Technologies Middle East. I'm responsible for business in the Middle East region. Cybersecurity threats in the region are rapidly evolving as this region has become the target for many sophisticated cyber threats. First, I would like to draw your attention to the global scenario that we are seeing, and then in comparison to the global statistics, how UAE and the region is. So if you see on an average in terms of sophisticated state-sponsored cyber security threats, malware, as well as activism related attacks. In UAE, we see more than 1,500 targeted attacks that are happening, which is much higher than the global average. So enterprises and government organizations in the regions are very concerned. And then this is just one aspect of how we see the cyber attacks evolving. On the other side, if you see, there are a lot of ransomware related incidents that are happening, which kind of pivots to more of data extortion as well as data exfiltration, which is a lot of cause of concern for a lot of enterprises because some of them are state sponsored, some of them are activism related incidents. Secondly, especially in the UAE in the last 12 months, we see a rapid increase in terms of denial of service attack, where a lot of organizations are coming under attack. And this is something that we are working with our customers to see how we can help them overcome these challenges. So in general, if you see, the targeted attacks are increasing, and with Gen AI and AI coming into the fore, it has only accelerated the sophistication of this and making it easy for more attacks to be targeted against institutions in this region. So this is more or less the kind of real scenario customers are facing. From a Checkpoint perspective, we are precisely in a position to help customers overcome these challenges with our platform approach, which we call it as Infinity. So basically it has three different aspects. One towards the network security, which addresses the network related attacks. Second, related to CloudGuard. With the movement to the cloud, there is an increase in cyber attacks on the cloud, and CloudGuard precisely addresses that. And finally, with hybrid work culture as well as remote working, we are looking at a complete workspace solution, which we call it as Harmony. So this is how we are kind of helping enterprise customers in the region. And just to highlight one aspect, the whole Infinity platform is based out of the UAE data center, so that we are taking care of the data regulation, which is of utmost importance to enterprises and clients in this region. AI is a topic on everyone's mind, and first to acknowledge, UAE is taking the leadership position and driving this whole AI initiative in the region. So it's kind of heartening to see government taking this lead. From a technology perspective, AI can be used both for positive outcomes as well as for negative outcomes. So this is where we see the challenge really, and this is something we can address it in two aspects. On one side, how Checkpoint is using AI in our solution. So this is where the Infinity platform is a AI-driven, cloud-delivered platform where customers benefit the inbuilt nature of AI into our solutions, so that they are able to address threats more effectively, and then we are able to bring in efficiency in terms of operations and effectiveness in terms of prevention against these cyber threats. So AI has been incorporated into many of our solutions. Just to give you a statistics, we were using AI engines for about 50 odd engines in our backend threat cloud, which is kind of the threat intelligence database, which helps to prevent attacks even before it could be exploited. Today we have 90 plus engines within our platform, which helps to kind of bring in that efficiency that we are talking about and the effectiveness of our solution. So Gen AI has kind of very large play when it comes to effectiveness and improving the solution. But on the other side, what we have done quite recently is that Gen AI has been brought into the front end for security operations, where customers benefit in terms of making their day-to-day operations much more efficient and bring in optimization in the day-to-day tasks, as well as proactively taking steps to kind of prevent any cyber attacks which might be targeted against their organization. So AI has got many use cases, and obviously it's just the start of the journey, and we believe that AI, ML, Gen AI will be embedded more into many of these use cases, and then eventually we, from a cyber practitioner perspective, we are effectively using it for a good cause. But on the other side, the same technologies are used by hackers to kind of craft malicious emails and use it to their advantage as well. So we just finding that correct balance where we can use it and take it to the next level in terms of cyber security and preventing threats before it could happen. It is perceived as a technological issue, but I believe strongly that humans play a very important role, and this has been the statistics that we have seen over the years, and it never changes. Let me uh, point out a specific example where we see the World Economic Forum report that came out in 2022 suggests that 95% of cyber incident has some human element into it, and that statistics is staggering. So humans are always part of it, despite all the technologies that you might have or you might think. So this is where, in our discussions with our customers and partners, we need to enhance the cyber security awareness so that the employees and users become more aware about all of this, and then the cyber hygiene will lead to a better security posture of their enterprises. So this is something that we are doing in all our conversation with our enterprise customers, and it is important. So a simple user clicking a malicious link can lead to something which they need to deal with, and it has a very significant consequence in terms of either losing data or sharing some confidential information. And at the same time, it is also important, it's not that every user is cyber aware or they understand all of these concepts. Say, for example, how many times we use the same password which we use for our day-to-day operations in a third-party website or a public website, and that becomes an avenue for a credential that can be stolen, and then that becomes an avenue for an attack. So these are all looks very simple, but eventually these are the things that eventually gets exploited. So how do we do that, or how do you change this, is purely based on awareness and the cyber hygiene on a day-to-day basis. If the users or the employees of organizations are made aware of that, they cannot reuse their corporate passwords outside on a third-party websites, and it's not only about their own awareness, having technology in the background which will kind of be on the face and let them know. So this is exactly what Checkpoint is doing, and as part of all our technologies, it's not only focused on prevention in the back end, but what we are trying to do is pop up some messages for the end users so that they become aware when they do something which is not in line with what they should be doing. And this awareness over a period of time makes a lot of difference. I can just quote you an example. One of the customer precisely pointed out this awareness bit, because education on the go, some was trying to share a specific information to an external third party, and a tool would just pop up saying that it's a confidential information. Do you want to share with somebody outside of your organization? Then it rings a bell in his mind, and then he makes a decision whether to share it or not. So these kind of technology in the background really helps to become aware. So this has been something that we have been advocating to the market for a long time, and we have made it much more precise and focused. So human element will always stay, and it's important for us to kind of do that awareness and education so that we all together become much better in tackling all the incidents that we are facing today. So Checkpoint Software has been growing in the region for the last 3-4 years consistently, And now in 24, our plans are even bigger and we want to grow aggressively with a lot of expansion plans. So there are two or three aspects to how we approach this expansion plan. One is a direct investment from Checkpoint side, where we are expanding our own team members in terms of sales and technical, so that we are able to take the message about the whole platform approach, the preventive first approach, as well as the comprehensiveness of the solution, so that this message is being taken to almost all enterprises in the region. So this is the first aspect of how we see we would expand. Second is the partner ecosystem, because the partner or the channel ecosystem is going to be key for us to take the message faster to much more customers. So this is where we are kind of enabling our partner ecosystem, onboarding new partners, having a new partner program, so that they get educated about the entire solution set, and then they're able to show the value to the customer. So this is on the second aspect. And the third is purely technology. As I stated out in the initial conversation, the Infinity platform, which is kind of a cloud delivered AI powered platform, we have made it available in the UAE specifically for customers in the region to take the benefit, so that the data doesn't go out of the national borders. So we are onboarding certain technologies already, like the email security, endpoint security. So we are onboarding more and more services onto this platform, so that eventually customers can benefit from all the solutions across this platform. So basically we have customers across all the verticals. So we will grow both vertically as well as horizontally. When I talk about, there are certain verticals where we are very strong and we have very strong references. We will continue to build on those stories and then cross-pollinate with our use cases in those industry verticals. But at the same time, there are verticals where we want to expand rapidly, and then we continue to put our effort along with our channel partners to drive our growth and in terms of gaining our market share. So from all what we discussed, cybersecurity is not going to be a single point approach. I think CISOs and top leadership in companies are very well aware about cybersecurity incidents, and today it is a board level discussion. So I think it is on everyone's agenda as a high priority topic to be discussed and then taken into consideration. So the advice would be from our side is, traditionally there has been an approach of looking at a specific problem and addressing it with that specific problem in isolation. But in today's speed and scale at which these cyber incidents happen, it's not going to be just enough to address one aspect of the issue separately or in isolation. So this is where a holistic approach in terms of looking at the overall architecture and then addressing where all gap exists and then address it in a consolidated and a unified way will help in terms of gaining more visibility. Second, having better effectiveness, and in third aspect, having more scalability as the businesses grow. So from all these aspects, I think consolidation is the way to go, looking at a platform approach so that you have visibility end to end, from a physical data center which is legacy getting transformed into cloud, moving as part of the cloud transformation, and towards the end users who can work from home, from an airport, from a coffee shop, or from an office. So the landscape is so wide, so you cannot just have just one aspect of security address. So you need to look at it from the network side, the cloud aspect, the end user aspect. Everything should be addressed holistically. And for the cyber operations team, they need to look at everything together in unison. Then only they will be in a much better position to understand the threats that they are facing and then put in controls so that they're able to do it. And Checkpoint is discussing this with all our customers and potential customers in the region about what we can help them understand their pain points and then work with them very closely to kind of take them on this journey, because cybersecurity is not about point in time addressing one aspect, but it's going to be a journey where you start and then you define where you want to be over a period of time. And we want to support all our customers as well as prospects in every step of the journey, and we are here to help.